This is your High Desert Sports Report, the Victor Valley's only weekly action highlights sports program, covering our area's schools, teams, athletes, and sporting events. The Oak Hills Bulldogs are the highest bracketed High Desert high school football team in CIF's annual realignment of playoff divisions. The Bulldogs are in Division 5. Nafoafia Tulafona, 77, and Chris Torres, 76, lead Bulldogs returning standouts. The 6'2", 311-pound Nafoafia Tulafona is an All-MRL first-team selection on both offense and defense. The 6'3", 304-pound Chris Torres, first-team All-MRL on offense. Coach Robert Kistner's Dogs opened the season hosting Antelope Valley. Last season, Apple Valley was in CIF Division 5. This year, the Sun Devils join Silverado in Division 6, throwing that in the mix as the Hawks and Sun Devils prepare for their annual season opener against one another. Coach Matt Rohrbaugh has 4 returning All-League starters. Wide receiver Tyron Smith, 13, is a 6'1", 180-pound junior. Tight end Ryan Webster, 17. He's 6'3", 245. He'll be at defensive end as well. On defense, team captain Jeremy Justice at safety. The 6'3", 190-pound senior was a two-way starter, hauling in 19 passes at wide receiver, 4 for touchdowns, plus 1 two-point conversion. On defense, the free safety recorded 97 tackles. Linebacker Sam Jang, 11, is a 6'1", 190-pound outside linebacker. Sam Jang was in on 97 tackles, second highest total for the Mojave River League runners-up. Silverado invades Newton T. Bass Stadium August 23rd. The Hawks return Kason Brooks, 90. The 6', 225-pound defensive end was All Desert Sky League a year ago. The Hawks' 2018 sacks leader, 21. Of Kason Brooks' 31 solo tackles were for a loss. The defending DSL champions are under first-year head coach Kieran Jones. Serrano is in CIF Division 7. Coach Casey Mahalchek's Diamondbacks, the third-place team in the 2018 MRL standings, has two-way starter Michael Thacker, 56, returning. Michael Thacker is 6'3", 220 his senior year. The Diamondbacks open the season with 3 straight away games, Eisenhower, Barstow, and Silverado. Serrano's home opener is September 6th against Yucaipa. Burroughs of the Mojave River League lands in CIF Division 8 this season. CIF's realignment leaves only 4 divisions that could see High Desert teams meet in postseason play. Division 6's Apple Valley and Silverado is one. Division 9, another. The Sultana Sultans and Victor Valley Jackrabbits are in 2019's Division 9. Both teams enter this season under new head coaches, Victor Valley under Jeff Vanover. The Jackrabbits begin the season at Big Bear. Joe Scherf has taken over at Sultana. The Sultans opened the year at Kaiser with 6'3", 270-pound quarterback Nathaniel Glass under center. 290-pound Justice Pele, 51, is a returning All-League performer. The Barstow Aztecs and Hesperia Scorpions are in Division 11. Scorpions coach Casey Goodnow has a bye the first week of the season before going to Adelanto August 30th to tangle with the Saints. Speaking of, the highest profile High Desert team entering 2019 is Adelanto. The Saints won the Division 13 CIF championship last season. This year, the Saints are realigned in Division 12. Coach Gali Wadud returns key skill position players, including all CIF running back Marshawn Buchanan, who has committed to the Pac-12's Washington State Marshawn Buchanan led all High Desert running backs his junior season, rushing for over 2,100 yards. Hosea Stokes is All-CIF at wide receiver. Hosea Stokes was the Saints' leading tackler in 2018 as well. Offensive lineman Kevin Hoskins, 53, first team All-CIF on offense. Middle linebacker Joseph Tenna, 51, first team All-CIF on defense. With 4 first team All-CIF players returning in 2019, the Saints are in reloading mode. Adelanto opens at Las Vegas. The Saints' first home game is August 30th against Hesperia. One of the most highly anticipated pre-league matchups of the season takes place in Adelanto September 30th, when the CIF champion Saints take on the Apple Valley Sun Devils. Granite Hills, Excelsior, and Riverside Prep are in the newly created CIF Division 14. The Cougars had a breakthrough campaign in 2018 under Coach Alex Gonzalez, who now enters his 5th year at the Granite Hills helm. The Cougars open at fellow Division 14 foe Riverside Prep, then host Apple Valley at Newton T. Bass Stadium in Game 2, August 30th. This online sports report presented by Valu Quality Truck Bodies, family owned and operated since 1954. Valu manufactures state-of-the-art truck bodies for the construction industry nationwide. Valu Quality Truck Bodies, supporting teams, schools, and athletes throughout the Victor Valley. Your High Desert Sports Report is brought to you by Down Home Grill in Victorville on the corner of Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Drive. Bid fast and last. World-class auctioneers, family-owned and operated liquidation experts. Midway Home Solutions in Victorville, providing highest quality home appliances at discount prices for 6 decades. Valu Quality Truck Body, family owned and operated since 1954. Valu manufactures state-of-the-art truck bodies for the construction industry nationwide. Desert High Transportation, reliable and dependable non-emergency transportation for ambulatory and wheelchair passengers. Iwanzak Law Firm, trial lawyers for serious problems. And by the Community Table Restaurant in the Holiday Inn in Victorville, supporting High Desert teams, athletes, and sports programs. High school football teams' season openers are Friday, August 23rd. Oak Hills, the defending Mojave River League champions, open at home against Antelope Valley. Nafoa Fia Tulafona, 77, and Chris Torres, 76, lead Bulldogs returning standouts. The 6'2", 311-pound Nafoa Fia Tulafona is an All-MRL first-team selection on both offense and defense. The 6'3", 304-pound Chris Torres, first-team All-MRL on offense. The Bulldogs are one of only 2 MRL teams that begin the season at home. The other is Apple Valley. The marquee intra-valley opening night pairing sends the defending Desert Sky League champion Silverado Hawks to Apple Valley. Video Sports flashes back to 2018's high-scoring kickoff classic between the Hawks and Sun Devils. Is Widener to Smith more dangerous than Witt? A riddle Silverado cannot solve as Jeff Widener riddles the Hawks defense for 8 touchdown passes, 5 to Xander Witt. And Apple Valley outlasts the Hawks 52-42 in the annual Kickoff Classic between Mojave River League and Desert Sky League powerhouses. Silverado scores first, and the Hawks score last. But the explosive Sun Devils score more in between in a mistakes and penalties-plagued season opener for both schools. Jawan Howard's 29-yard sprint up the middle puts the Hawks up 14-7 at the 7-minute mark in the second quarter before a torrent of Jeff Widener long-distance aerial strikes build a 24-point lead for the visiting Sun Devils at the outset of the fourth quarter. This 85-yard Jeff Widener to Xander Witt connection, the first scoring in the second half, after Apple Valley led 19-14 at the intermission. This 28-yard touchdown pass, Xander Witt's fifth TD reception of the game, gives the Sun Devils a 52-28 lead in the fourth quarter before Silverado storms back with a pair of touchdowns to make it interesting going down to the wire. Defensively for the Sun Devils, 42 Jesse Griggs, 6 foot, 205-pound senior, team high 9 tackles in the season opener. Hawks coach Rafael Genorio could not have hoped for a better start. His defense takes the ball away on Apple Valley's first possession, and the Hawks convert the turnover into 7 points. Quarterback Anthony Jackson completes his first pass of his Hawks career, 15 yards to Devin Gandy on a 3rd and 5. Devin Gandy, a 5'10", 150-pound junior wide receiver and co-captain, who will run a kickoff back 99 yards for a touchdown in the second half. Anthony Jackson's first carry, a gain of 4 to the 1. The senior quarterback is listed at 6 foot, 170. Next play, Nick Reed-Casey straight ahead and scores untouched, capping a 25-yard, 5-play scoring drive. Nick Reed-Casey was all Mojave River League last season at Serrano. Roman Oliveira, first of 4 points after touchdown out of Devin Gandy's hold. Cody Plant the long snap. 7-0 Hawks, 98 seconds into the season. Sophomore running back Juwan Howard packs a lot of power for a scat back, breaking a tackle here and gaining 5 yards on Silverado's second scoring drive. Anthony Jackson's clutch 4th down completion to Jason Edwards keeps this scoring drive going. Jason Edwards, 6'1", 185-pound senior wide receiver. 2 plays later, Juwan Howard races straight to the end zone. 29 yards, the touchdown carry for the speedy sophomore, approaching the midway mark of quarter number 2. The Hawks go up 14-7. Anthony Jackson demonstrates his ability to lead his team when trailing. This 73-yard scoring pass to Jason Edwards pulls Silverado back within 4 after Apple Valley had gone ahead 25-14 in the third quarter. Defensive leaders for Silverado, as expected, middle linebacker Tino Mao, 8, an even dozen tackles, team high. Taquil Obana, 57, 10 tackles to go with his 2 fumble recoveries. Up next for the Hawks at Serrano against a Diamondbacks team that shut out rebuilding Barstow 36-0 in their opener. This video sports analysis Between the Lines brought to you by Midway Home Solutions. Deal and Don Lager and his family-owned and operated Midway Home Solutions, offering incredible discounts on scratch and dent appliances. Midway Home Solutions, serving our high desert since 1961. Colton Draney pitches the game of his life, and High Desert upends Bakersfield 4-0 in Game 1 of the Pecos League Pacific Division Championship Series. The 25-year-old from Idaho hurls a complete game, striking out 8 against a train robbers team that enjoys every conceivable advantage entering the postseason. Colton Draney's shutout snaps Bakersfield's 3-game winning streak. High Desert wins in the Yardbirds' 22nd consecutive road game. 4 Yardbirds drive-in runs in the playoff win: Dylan Farr, Oscar Larinaga, Slayton Vaughn, and Hector Morales. Dylan Farr drives in Anthony Ward in the first inning to give the Yardbirds an early lead. Oscar Larinaga and Slayton Vaughn base hit RBIs come in the 3-run 5th. A Hector Morales sac fly RBI caps the scoring. The victory, remarkable on numerous fronts. High Desert's roster has dwindled to 15 players since the Pecos League converted the Yardbirds to a travel team by depriving them of any remaining home games in mid-July. Many Yardbirds were forced to leave the team because they ran out of travel money. No Yardbirds are being paid this season. High Desert ended regular season play with back-to-back losses at Monterey. for manager Sean McNeil to rally his troops against and at Bakersfield in the face of the train robbers' mounting momentum that borders on unbelievable. Colton Draney's dramatic playoff win gives him 9 victories on the year, tying him for the record number of wins in franchise history. And as for the record book, Dylan Farr's leadoff double in the 3-run fifth is the 25-year-old's 20th double of the season, setting the franchise record for doubles. It is Jacob Rosales on the mound in Game 2 of the playoffs, his sights set on sweeping the train robbers out of the postseason. Down Home Grill serves up these hot off the grill Yardbirds highlights. Down Home Grill serves up the best senior breakfast. It's only $6. Organic eggs, fresh potatoes, French roast coffee. Down Home Grill serves the area's healthiest and most nutritious burgers from organic grass-fed beef. Down Home Grill is open every day, 6 in the morning until 10 at night, located at the corner of Delicious and Nutritious, Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Drive in Victorville. A classic down-to-the-wire finish in the Intermediates main. Some rough and tumble, bump and rumble action, contact that prevents a pair of the prior race's main event's winners from even returning to the podium in this night's 9th championship series at Wheel to Wheel Raceway. The lone repeat winners among Speedway sprints in this first Saturday in August will be the brothers Simpson, who would make it back-to-back checkers in the younger classes. Buck Blair, who had won the Pro 500 main 2 weeks prior, comments on factors making it difficult to accomplish consecutive triumphs.
Oh, I don't know. Winds fluctuate, man. It's always hard to come back and win the race after you won last week, because you come all confident and then the track will bite you, or whatever. You never know what's going to happen in the main, but we'll see.
What does happen in the main is this 3-car tangle-up that doesn't look that damaging at first glance, but it results in a broken wheel for Buck Blair, forcing him off the track, ending his shot at back-to-back main event victories. Here is the start of the 10-car Pro 500 main. 39, Buck Blair. 99, John Alonzo. Justin Adams in white 59. 766, Bobby Taylor. His son, Justin Taylor, dark 33, right behind him. 84 is Will Brown, followed by Jacob Rogers. 3, Kendall Scheidecker. 98, 23, Jim Scollard. Chad Agri, 28. Jacob Rogers spins out in turn 1, prompting a restart. Buck Blair, the 40-year-old veteran, and John Alonzo resume their top and bottom line matchup. Buck Blair high, the chimney sweep, 16 years his senior, staying low. 59, Justin Adams has trouble coming out of turn 3, but he corrects course without interrupting the action. 8 laps into the restart, 88, Kendall Scheindecker will spin out, forcing a second restart. Just past the midway mark, John Alonzo, nipping at Buck Blair's heels, clips the front runner when he skids sideways, bulldozing Buck Blair into the path of Bobby Taylor. Buck Blair has a front tire disabled. He exits, unable to return. Will Brown stalls, and he too is out. Justin Taylor is in front in the realigned restart, and the 20-year-old from Laguna Hills leaves the rest of the pack behind to take the checkered. Justin Adams finishes second. Bobby Taylor's third-place finish brings his season points total to 59, 4 behind season points leader John Eaton, who sat out the second straight race. Are the racing Taylors aware of one another's location in the heat of the battle?
Yeah. I'm always thinking about what he's doing, and I'm just glad we both finished good.
I'm very aware of Justin Taylor out there on the track. He's my son, and I worry about him a little bit, and I also want him to do well.
The KT100 main also proves to be a contact sport. These 4 start out. Storman Norma Weatherby, white 9. 11 is Chris Southern. Teenager Lisa Bonham, the 4 cart. Cash Culp in his black and green money machine. Norma Weatherby has sights set on back-to-back main event victories. That plan is just about to go south. Chris Southern comes out of the straightaway, cutting low. Then, when Norma Weatherby begins to spin, seemingly pushing the 9 cart aside to take the lead. Norma Weatherby will later spin out and finish out of the trio occupying the podium. Chris Southern captures the checkered. Cash Culp comes in second. Lisa Bonham third. Let's backtrack to earlier action this night and cast the Video Sports spotlight on this Intermediate's last chance qualifying heat. White 7 with pink and teal trim, Blake Edsel, soon to turn 12-year-old from Apple Valley. Lydia Brown, white 16 at the pole. Mia Farrell, purple 51, inside row 2. Black 11 with green trim, Cole Brown. Bright yellow 18 is Casper Wright alongside. Lydia Brown, 12-year-old from Glendora, leads from start to finish. She will finish the night finishing 5th in the main event field of 13 intermediates. This is her rookie year racing intermediates. She finished 3rd in season championship points last year racing dirt carts. Cole Brown finishes behind Lydia Brown in this heat, and Mia Farrell comes in 3rd to qualify for the main. This is that 13-car intermediate main. Junior Potsid, colorful car 54, where are you, at the pole. 28 is Stevie Simpson. 23, season points leader Jaden Manchester. Cash Culp inside second row, followed by Sean Rogers, dark 2, Ryan Shank the second, Dylan Agri, Lydia Brown, Zate Legend, Braden Miller-Bushy, Cole Brown, Junior Potside, Liam Coffey, and Mia Farrell. Stevie Simpson stays out in front. The 9-year-old from Apple Valley was last year's Intermediates Rookie of the Year. Coming off the backstretch, Junior Potside cuts too far down and has to reset course. Stevie Simpson and Jaden Manchester continue their duel, circling the 1/8 mile oval lap after lap 1 and 2. Until 6 laps in, Jaden Manchester shoots past Ricky Simpson in the backstretch and takes the lead until spinning out and falling back to the middle of the pack. The 9-year-old from Victorville will end up finishing 4th. Ricky Simpson regains the lead with Sean Rogers in his chocolate-covered 2S right behind. These two go at it head-to-head and neck-to-neck with Cash Culp closing in fast behind. Video Sports wants you to see these last 3 laps of the main as this trio of racers go at it full throttle in the last lap's sprint to the checkered. We catch a glimpse of the white flag indicating 1 lap to go. Ricky Simpson is not to be denied. He will be the first Speedway Sprint racer this night to succeed at winning consecutive main events. Sean Rogers finishes 2nd in a photo finish ahead of 3rd place Cash Culp. The victory gives Ricky Simpson 54 season points, 2 behind Jaden Manchester's 56. Sean Rogers' runner-up points give him 40 on the season, 5 in back of 3rd place Cash Culp. The youngest and most inexperienced wheel-to-wheel racers are Intermediates. Junior 5 take the track in their main. Scout Lease, dark 4, at the pole. Robbie Simpson, blue 27 alongside. White 88X, Cassidy Quinn. Gage Grams in the light-colored 12. Orion Petrie, dark gold 88. The valuable experience in competitive racing is really demonstrated by these racers this night in a main event that has more than its share of excitement. Robbie Simpson is the 7-year-old brother of Stevie. Rocky Rocket will bolt into the lead in the backstretch and overtake Scout Lease, winning the race to the finish line and becoming the 2nd sprint car racer to register consecutive main event victories this night. The restrictor plate main has a couple of many happy returns involved, beginning with the return of the wild child, Kayla Pollard, commandeering John Aiden's white 7. Season points leader Stevie Rogers leads from beginning to end, returning to the winner's circle after a 1-race absence atop the podium. Kayla Pollard finishes 2nd. Ricky Simpson comes in 3rd. The dirt Karts Maine combines seniors and juniors. Cash Culp wins again the Dirt Karts Junior Maine. Mom, Heidi Jo Erickson Culp, overtakes Blaine Kuhn to capture the checkered among dirt kart seniors, cutting into Blaine Kuhn's season points lead. Blaine Kuhn has 68. Heidi Jo Erickson Culp follows with 63. Championship Series Race 10 is August 24th at Wheel to Wheel. You are being called upon to help find solutions to improve our quality of life. High Desert residents are being urged to respond now to an online survey.
Terry, sometimes you don't know what you don't know. And while I cleaned out the survey files that we had prepared 10 years ago, I worked with Russ Stringham over at Printmart, and we had put together a business survey that was intended to go to 9,000 businesses. So for intents purposes, High Desert has about 9,000 businesses. That includes people at home and working office like I do. And I'd worked with Russ for 4 years on a 8.5 by 11. It was a 4-page Scantron, and former Congressman Jerry Lewis's son was going to run him through the Scantron and tell us what it would look like. So when this opportunity came about, Dr. Husing said to me last October 1st, having lunch down in Redlands, this is how I would go about doing it. I looked at it as a challenge, but I didn't look at it the way I do now 2 weeks into it. Candidly, it's a lot bigger than I thought it was. There are people that have put up some artificial roadblocks. More than not, the public has been incredible. In the first 9 days, we had 5,500 surveys. I had a big goal of 50,000, and even Dr. Sorotnik told me I was probably a little crazy. We always shoot big, and if we get 25,000, great. At the end of the day, we want to be able to give Dr. Husing by September 15th enough data from Cal State San Bernardino that he can work on the solutions report. One of the questions that I think we've gotten more times than not is, well, so we're going to do a survey. The city of Hesperia did a survey for 2034. This group's done a survey, but nothing's happened. So I think that either I've made a mistake or I haven't been as clear. In the report that Dr. Husing will do is a solutions-based report. It's not going to be a report that sits on the shelf. It's not going to be a report that we give in an hour. The idea will be we will do the report sometime probably in April of 2020. It will outline probably 7 to 10 major items within the High Desert region. Is crime an issue? Is a negative perception an issue? I mean, that's one of the reasons that I've gotten behind the Mojave River Valley movement. Is an undereducated workforce, is too much welfare, is housing, lack of housing, quality housing, lack of quality jobs. So what are the 7 to 10 issues? And John is going to methodically go through whatever the data says and come up with 7 to 10 solutions. So one of the solutions may be for people that drive around. If you're a residential real estate agent and you drive around the valley and you're one of 1,500 people that are working within the High Desert Association of Realtors boundaries, you're going to see some neighborhoods that I think have gone through some serious decay and are deteriorating pretty quickly. And that's caused from the fact that the local cities can't keep up with code enforcement. So are the cities better off as a solution? I'm just throwing this out. I know there'll be some people that, whatever you say, they've got to say, well, that's Joe talking. Are the cities better off to sit down with the county better off to sit down with the cities and say, let's come up with a cohesive code enforcement program that can be adopted by all 5 cities, so that when people come up here to take a look on a weekend and go buy a house, there's more sense of a community. There's more sense of a community. People are going to buy a house. They buy a house, then they hopefully buy some cars, and then they start the formation of a family. They start to have some babies. We see the kind of economy that we saw back from 2000 2005. So.
This online report presented by Bradco Companies, the Community Table Restaurant, and the Holiday Inn in Victorville, supporting every effort to improve the quality of life and standard of living for all residents throughout our high desert communities. Your High Desert Sports Report is brought to you by Down Home Grill in Victorville on the corner of Bear Valley Road and Ridgecrest Drive. Bid fast and last. World-class auctioneers, family-owned and operated liquidation experts. Midway Home Solutions in Victorville, providing highest quality home appliances at discount prices for 6 decades. Valu Quality Truck Body, family owned and operated since 1954. Valu manufactures state-of-the-art truck bodies for the construction industry nationwide. Desert High Transportation, reliable and dependable non-emergency transportation for ambulatory and wheelchair passengers. High Desert Sports Training, providing proven training concepts. Call to schedule a free evaluation. Iwanzak Law Firm, trial lawyers for serious problems. And by the Community Table Restaurant in the Holiday Inn in Victorville, supporting High Desert teams, athletes, and sports programs.